Hey guys, it's Alex Pierce. Going to be showing you how to stitch 360 video from cameras that are all in one. For instance, the Gear360, the Ricoh Theta, the Nikon key mission. They have basically a, look at it here, there's two lenses recorded to one file. And so at first thought you might think it might be, well it is, it's kind of tricky to make it stitch right in AVP. So we'll go ahead and jump in. So the first thing to do is to put whatever your shot is into its own folder. Then you're going to duplicate it. Push Command D to duplicate, or right click, duplicate, or copy paste. You can rename these if you want, but for our purposes this will be fine. Now you can drag these into AVP. Okay, there's no need to synchronize because they're the exact same video. So the first thing you're going to do is stitch it. Now the best thing would be if you had your own preset. I have a preset for Gear360, but it's not loaded onto this computer, so we'll just use something that's close. I think from these, the 220 is probably the closest, so we're going to go ahead and say to use that, and then move further in the timeline so that he's not right on the stitch line. Alright, so let's see what happens here. Oh, it looks really bad, but that's okay. Don't worry. So go ahead and push edit. It'll open up in APG. I'll also show you how to make a template more or less so that you don't have to do this every time for your Gear360 or Nikon key mission, whatever you're using. Okay, so now we've got this beautiful image. So key to this whole thing is down here. If you hover over this, I think it'll tell you it's image properties. There it goes, yeah, down. If you look here, it says. So go to image properties, and it's going to bring up this dialog here. So the key thing here is, if you know this information, of course you can go ahead and put it in. But even if you don't, it figures things out. It's pretty smart the way it figures it out. So anyway, if it's circular fisheye, you need to make sure lens type is fisheye. If it's wide angle lens but it's a rectangle, then it's standard. That's how that is. And then this is the most important part of this whole tutorial. Images, circular crops. You see this tab, circular crop? When you click that, it gives you this. So right now you can see it's using the whole image for both images to stitch them together, which is why it's all weird. So what you're going to need to do is do an individual crop for both images. So I'm going to do one image like this, and then if I go here, it'll go to the next image. On the next image, I'm going to do the other one. You need to make sure you know which image is which. So if you look here, this tells you what image it is. So copy is the one on the left. Copy is the one on the white truck. This will be important for our next step. So after you've got the crop okay, push OK. Looking better, but still not looking great. So next is to go to control points. And you see there's control points in all of them. What I do is just delete all of them. And then remember I said it was important to figure out which one was which. So copy is the one with the truck. Remember that? So this image is copy. All right, this image is copy. So I only want to select this part of this image, and I only want to select this part of this image when I'm stitching these together. So I'll add some control points over here. I'll add control points here, but notice like I don't go into this picture, I leave it right on that border. It's at the bottom. There's not going to be much information at the top. Okay, and I'm going to switch over. Let's see what happens when we optimize. Push. That was horrible. All right, let's go back. Let's see what our control points is looking like. All right, so let's add some more control points and delete control points, bad control points. Optimize. I'm going to delete the bad points. Sort by RMS, delete the worst points, and delete all these. Let's see what that does. No better. Still looks like crap. Alright, let's just keep working here. Once you're able to stitch by a template and you can start with that template, it makes this whole process a lot easier. And ideally I'd have something with more information all the way around. Still looks like crap. So one thing I could do, so I could go into image properties and see if I need to change my focal length. So I think this might be a little wider. If we go to let's do 6 millimeter. See, it changes some things here. Go back to our control points. I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to optimize. Hey, look at that. Looks a lot better. So, okay, so the problem was stitching with a lens profile that wasn't close enough to what the camera actually is. So, you might go in there and mess with that some more. I go here. I can go and delete the worst control points again. Optimize. Okay, that's looking a lot better already. Right. Now I can, use all the tools like I normally would. Not really that important right now, but if you're gonna when you're doing this to make your actual template, you do want to spend as much time as you can to make this look as good as possible. But for me, I don't really need this file. So, okay, now I'm going to save. Go back to AVP, and there we go. Now we've got it working in AVP. So to make a template, you've already done it. If you followed the steps so far, you've already made a template, because all template is really is a pano file. So you can use Stitcher's template. You can select any pano file. All right, Stitch as template panorama. There we go. Yeah. So now it's Stitcher's template panorama. Now you can see it's not perfect. You can see it's far from perfect. So, but the great thing is it gets you a lot closer, a lot faster. So now if I push edit, go into AVP, APG. Push the most important button. It's the smallest. That makes no sense where it's at. Preview. And now I can go in and add and delete control point. that gives you an idea of how this template works. So yeah, I hope this is helpful. I think again, the main reason this isn't working so well is because I just used a random lens preset. Ideally, you want to use something that's a lot closer to what you're using, whether it's Ricoh Theta or whatever. So anyway, that's the basics of how you do that. Those are the main issues with them. So even if you don't have a lens preset that works, I would say the main trick I think is going in here and playing with this until you get something that looks good. So feel free to experiment here. Try 6.5 or 7.2. Like whatever looks good. So anyway, I hope this tutorial was helpful.